A woman sat in her living room on her 40th birthday. She looked at her life. Nothing remarkable. Nothing accomplished. Nothing started. She had spent 40 years preparing to live. And now she felt it was too late to begin. This is the story of the woman who started at 40, and it will show you why it is never too late to begin. The woman's name was Elena. Elena turned 40 years old today. No celebration, no party. Just Elena sitting alone, looking at her life. When Elena was 20, she said, "I will start my dreams when I am 25. I am too young now." When Elena was 25, she said, "I will start my dreams when I am 30. I need more experience first." When Elena was 30, she said, "I will start my dreams when I am 35. I am not ready yet." When Elena was 35, she said, "I will start my dreams when I am 40, after I save more money." Now Elena was 40, and she said, "It is too late. I am too old. I missed my chance. I should have started at 20, but I am 40 now. Too late to begin." Elena had spent 20 years saying, "Not yet," and now she was saying, "Too late." She went from too early to too late without ever arriving at right time, because the right time never comes. The right time is always now. And Elena never chose now. But something different happened on Elena's 40th birthday. Her grandmother visited. Elena's grandmother was 82 years old, very old, but very alive. Elena's grandmother noticed Elena's sadness. "Why are you sad on your birthday?" the grandmother asked. Elena sighed. "I am 40 years old. I wanted to be a painter, but I never started. Now it is too late. I am too old to start." The grandmother laughed. Not a mocking laugh, a knowing laugh. "Elena, let me tell you a story. When I was 60 years old, I wanted to learn piano. I had always wanted to play. But I thought I was too old, 60 years old, too late to start. My hands were old, my brain was slow. I would look foolish. An old woman learning piano like a child, so I did not start. I gave up before I began. But then I had a thought. I would turn 70 in 10 years, no matter what. The question was not, will I turn 70? The question was, will I turn 70 knowing how to play piano, or will I turn 70 still wishing I had learned? I could spend 10 years regretting, or I could spend 10 years learning. Either way, 10 years would pass. Either way, I would turn 70. The only difference was whether I would arrive at 70 with a new skill or with the same old regret. So I started. At 60 years old, I learned piano. People laughed. An old woman playing children's songs, learning scales, making mistakes. I did not care. I was not playing for them. I was playing for me. I was playing for my 70-year-old self. The self who would be grateful I started. 10 years passed. I turned 70, and I could play piano. Not perfectly, not like a professional, but I could play. I could sit at a piano and make music. My 70-year-old self thanked my 60-year-old self every single day. Elena listened carefully. Her grandmother continued. Now I am 82 years old. I have been playing piano for 22 years. If I had not started at 60 because I thought I was too old, I would now be 82 with 22 years of regret. Instead, I am 82 with 22 years of music. The time passed anyway. I just chose how to spend it. Elena felt something shift inside her. "But grandmother, you were 60. I am only 40. That is 20 years younger." The grandmother smiled. "Exactly. You have even more time than I did. If you start today at 40, by the time you are 60, you will have 20 years of experience. By the time you are 82, you will have 42 years of mastery. But only if you start. If you do not start because you think 40 is too late, then at 60 you will say 40 was not too late. 60 is too late. At 82 you will say 60 was not too late. 82 is too late. You will spend your entire life thinking you are too late, and you will die having never begun." Elena realized the truth. She was not too old to start. She was exactly old enough to start, because now was the only time she had. 20-year-old Elena was gone. 30-year-old Elena was gone. 40-year-old Elena was here, right now. And 40-year-old Elena could start, or 40-year-old Elena could wait. And if she waited, 50-year-old Elena would regret it. 60-year-old Elena would regret it. 82-year-old Elena would regret it. That night, Elena made a decision. She bought paint. She bought canvas. She bought brushes. At 40 years old, Elena started painting. She was terrible, very terrible. Her first paintings looked like a child made them. People asked, "Why are you starting so late?" "You should have started when you were young," Elena smiled. "You are right. I should have started when I was young. But I did not, so I am starting now. Because 40 is younger than 50, and 50 is younger than 60. And I will not arrive at 60 wishing I had started at 40. Elena painted every day, not for hours. Just for 30 minutes, every single day, for 1 year, 365 days, 365 paintings, each one slightly better than the last, each one teaching her something. At the end of 1 year, Elena looked at painting number 365. It was beautiful, not perfect, but beautiful. Elena had become a painter, not by being young, but by starting. 5 years passed. Elena was now 45 years old. She had been painting for 5 years, 1,825 days, 1,825 paintings. Elena's work was now being shown in local galleries. People bought her paintings. Elena was a real painter, not because she started young, but because she started, and because she did not stop. 10 years passed. Elena was now 50 years old. She had been painting for 10 years. Her work was in museums. She taught painting classes. She published a book about her art. Elena was now known as a painter, a successful painter. People asked, "When did you start?" Elena answered honestly, "I started at 40. People were shocked. 40? But that is so late. Elena smiled. Yes, it is late, but it is not too late. Too late is never. I started at 40. Now I am 50. If I had not started at 40 because I thought it was too late, I would now be 50 with no paintings, no galleries, no students, no book. Just 10 years of regret. Instead, I am 50 with 10 years of art. Now Elena was 82 years old. The same age her grandmother was when she told Elena to start. Elena had been painting for 42 years. She was a master, a legend. Her paintings were famous. Her life was full. People studied her work in schools. People wrote books about her journey. and every single person asked the same question. When did you start painting? Elena always gave the same answer. I started at 40 years old, but that is so late. Most painters start as children, the people would say. Elena would smile her grandmother's smile, the knowing smile. Yes, 40 is late compared to starting at 10, but 40 is early compared to never starting at all. I could have spent 42 years saying I was too old. Instead, I spent 42 years painting. The years passed either way. I just chose how to spend them. Before Elena died, she wrote a letter. A letter to anyone who thinks they are too old to start. This is what the letter said. You think you are too old to start. But let me ask you this. How old will you be in 10 years if you do not start? The same age you will be in 10 years if you do start. The time will pass. Your age will increase. That is not negotiable. The only thing you can choose is whether you arrive at that future age with a new skill or with the same old regret. I started painting at 40. People said I was too old. They were wrong. I painted for 42 years. If I had listened to them, I would have spent 42 years regretting. Instead, I spent 42 years creating. Both paths led to 82 years old. But only one path led to art. You are not too old. You are exactly the right age to start, because now is the only age you have. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not here. Now is all you have. And now is the perfect time to begin. Stop saying not yet. Stop saying too late. Start saying now. Start today. Start at whatever age you are, because it is never too late to begin. It is only too late when you are dead. And if you are reading this, you are not dead. You are alive. And if you are alive, you can start. This is the story of Elena, the woman who started at 40 and became a master at 82. 42 years of art. All because she started when she thought it was too late. But it was not too late. It was exactly on time. Now let me ask you something. What are you not starting because you think you are too old? Learning an instrument? Starting a business? Going back to school? Learning a language? Writing a book? Getting in shape? Changing careers? What are you telling yourself you are too late for? Here is the truth. You are not too late. You are just afraid of starting behind others, afraid of being a beginner at your age, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of being bad at first. These fears are real, but these fears are not truth. The truth is that you can start at any age. And if you start today, in 10 years, you will be 10 years better. But if you do not start today, in 10 years, you will be 10 years older with the same regret. Elena's grandmother started piano at 60, played for 22 years, died happy. If she had not started because she thought 60 was too old, she would have died at 82 with 22 years of regret instead of 22 years of music. Same death, same age, different life. The time passed either way. Elena started painting at 40, painted for 42 years, died a master. If she had not started because she thought 40 was too old, she would have died at 82 with 42 years of regret instead of 42 years of art. Same death. Same age, different life. The time passed either way. You will age whether you start or not. You will die whether you start or not. The only question is, will you arrive at old age with skills or with regrets? Will you spend your years learning or lamenting? The time passes either way. You just choose how to spend it. Here's what happens if you start today. You will be bad at first, very bad. People will judge you. Why are you starting so late? You should have started years ago. You will feel embarrassed. You will make mistakes. You will struggle. This is uncomfortable. But this discomfort is temporary. In 1 year, you will be better. In 5 years, you will be good. In 10 years, you will be skilled. In 20 years, you will be a master, and all that discomfort will be forgotten. What remains is the skill. Here is what happens if you do not start today. You will feel safe at first. No judgment, no mistakes, no embarrassment. This is comfortable. But this comfort is temporary. In 1 year, you will regret not starting. In 5 years, the regret will grow. In 10 years, the regret will be heavy. In 20 years, the regret will be unbearable. And all that comfort will be forgotten. What remains is the regret. Both paths have discomfort. Starting is uncomfortable for a few years. Not starting is comfortable for a few years, but painful forever. Choose your discomfort wisely. Elena chose the discomfort of starting. She looked foolish for 2 years. People laughed. Then people stopped laughing. Then people started admiring. Then people started buying. Then people started studying her work. The early discomfort led to a lifetime of fulfillment. If Elena had chosen the comfort of not starting, she would have avoided 2 years of looking foolish. But she would have endured 42 years of regret. The early comfort would have led to a lifetime of emptiness. So here is my challenge to you. Stop saying you are too old. You are not too old. You are the perfect age to start. Because you are alive, and alive means you can begin. Start today. Start the thing you think you are too late for. In 10 years, your future self will thank you. In 20 years, your future self will call you wise. In 40 years, your future self might be a master. But only if you start. Elena started at 40. She could have started at 20. But she did not. She could have never started. But she did not do that either. She started at 40, and 40 was exactly the right time, because 40 was when she started. The right time is always when you start, not before, not later, when you start. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are exactly on time, because now is the only time you have. And now is the perfect time to begin. Start today. Your 82-year-old self is waiting and hoping that you will not let fear tell you that you are too late. Because you are not too late. You are right on time. Begin now.